composed of nows. That's what Emily Dickinson, the famous poet, said. Let me repeat it to you. Forever is composed of nows. Dear fellow Toastmasters and meeting children, tonight as I stand before you, I feel the fear in my bones. There is also joy and excitement. But fear or not, I will share with you a personal story from my life tonight. I would like to tell you about the times when I ignored the nows and they had devastating consequences in my life. The first time I realized the importance of living in the moment was when I was much younger. It was right after college that I decided to move to US for further studies. I was really excited to go there. Just one day before my travel, my beloved aunt came to visit me to say goodbye. She loved me a lot. I also loved her very much. She stayed for a couple of hours and patiently waited for me, but I was too busy packing and doing all the last-minute organizations. So I didn't spend much time with her. She stayed, and then finally she left, but I could only briefly talk to her that night. 3 months after that day, I heard that she had a brain injury, and she passed away. Apparently, that was the very last time I have seen her in my life. But I did not treasure the moment with her because I was too busy with other things. However, seemingly, I didn't learn my lesson because a couple years after that day, during one of my trips to Turkey, I delayed visiting my grandmother to the very last day. When I went to her apartment, I was too busy with my laptop. I don't know what I was doing. I took my laptop, locked myself into a room, and worked there for many hours. I didn't spend much time with her. She was quite old. She loved me a lot, and I also loved her very much. But apparently, whatever I was doing that night for my future was much more important than treasuring my time with her. That night, when I left her house, that was the very last time I saw her. Next day, I traveled to US, and a couple months later, I heard she passed away. I was devastated to hear this news, and I couldn't even come to the funeral. In my mind, I knew that she died, but I couldn't believe it until I came back at my next trip and saw that the couch she used to sit all the time was empty. That was the moment I cried my eyes out. I realized the fact. But it was too late. I realized I did the same mistake again. I had all the time to give to her right then, but it was too late. She wasn't around anymore. 2 years ago, I had many problems in my life, many challenges. With work, with my ex-husband, with my health, and with life in general. I got into a serious depression. I would forget to eat. I would sleep at very odd hours. I would start to forget things. And I started neglecting to spend time with myself. Just like I neglected to spend time with my aunt and my grandmother. It was a serious condition. I was almost losing myself. But this time, I decided to take action. I called for help. I changed my life. And I also changed my perception to life. And that was the most important part. Nowadays, I treasure the moment I am in more than anything else in this world. Everything can wait. But I need to treasure the moment I am living in. An American cartoonist, Bill Kane, said, "Yesterday is history. Tomorrow is a mystery. And today is the gift of God. And that's why we call it the present." So treasure your moments. You will be a happier person. Forever is composed of nows. Madame.